Keith One Time Thurman reacts to Tszyu's fourth round stoppage over Joey Spencer. Keith Thurman also reacts to Tszyu calling him out. It's your boy, Mr. 926, a.k.a. Bushido the Dragon, a.k.a. the Black Mage, a.k.a. I could just do this all day, the two-time demonetized champion of the world.
I need y'all to get the likes up, man. Get the likes up.
When I heard this fight with Joey Spencer was happening, I already knew what was going to happen. You know, Joey Spencer, you know, he just don't seem to be ready or quite he just don't seem to be a guy that's ready for that level, right? Whatever it may have been, whatever it may be, he's just not ready for guys like Tszyu and Keith Thurman. He's just not ready for these type of guys. He get in the ring. You know, Tszyu actually, for what it's worth, he was landing shots on Tszyu. You know, Tszyu, that's something that he has to work on is his defense. But other than that, in the fourth round, he ended up stopping him. And, you know, Joey Spencer walked away like he just gave up all hope, gave it a lost heart. You know, it was over with. But Tszyu fight was also being watched by Keith One Time Thurman. Keith One Time Thurman reacts, says this.
Congratulations, Tszyu. I see you got through with that appetizer. I got through with mine. I got him out in 3, you got him out in 4. I don't know about you, boy, but I'm still hungry. Send the contract. I'll sign it by tonight. I promise you, I'll come to Australia and give you a good fight. Let's go.
Now, to hear what Keith had to say, you know, his traditional promo showman stuff, right? Just trying to get people hyped for the fight. He said he's coming out there to Australia, far cry from what things used to be. You know, Keith Thurman don't have a home here in America as far as, you know, a city to where he could draw an audience. So now he's this road warrior going all the way over there to Australia, making his name over there, fighting their guys. Now, Tszyu fight could be interesting very much still. I mean, Keith Thurman looked pretty good for what it's worth, and his fight, and at least Tszyu's fighting a guy that's an actual 154-pounder versus Keith Thurman fighting a guy that's a blown-up 140-pounder. Whatever the case, Keith Thurman looked good, considering his significant layoff from the sport. Tszyu looked like Tszyu. He did what it do, and got dude up out of there really early, too. So I expect Tszyu, who didn't seem to be as confident as before when he used to call out Keith Thurman.
We had Keith Thurman out in the country a little while ago. Do you have a message for him or someone else?
Sign the contract, big boy. Sign the contract.
That's what you want to do?
Yeah, you know it, man. If the fans want it, and we can bring a mega show to Australia, the boys are No Limit. You know who to contact, and we'll do a big show here.
The Tszyu family now 13-0 here in Newcastle, 51-0 in Australia.
I hope this is not the last time. Hopefully this is not the last time I'm here. But if it is, it's been one hell of a show. It's been one hell of a journey from my father to myself and my brother. And hopefully when I have little kids, we can continue this thing on again.
Didn't seem as confident, right? Like he said, okay, yeah. You know, the crowd wasn't really behind it like that. It was kind of an awkward moment, if you ask me. But whatever the case, Tszyu got the job done. Like most people probably expected against Joey Spencer. Joey Spencer, man, you know, it's yeah. You know, I remember they first started trying to build him up, and you know, it's just, you know, it just didn't work out for him. You know, you get in there with these top level guys, these world-class dudes, and we see that there's really levels to this shit. But yeah, Tszyu, Keith Thurman, I think that fight's still really a good fight. I think that's a fight for both guys. And if Keith Thurman is not looking to face a guy like Errol Spence next, or if he can't get that fight with a guy like Errol Spence, why not fight Tszyu, right? Why not spend a block back on Tszyu? And for Tszyu, you know, you don't want to fight Bakaram. You don't have a belt right now. Bakaram kind of beat you up a little bit. So you got to kind of go back to the drawing board. And what better way to bounce back than to beat Keith One Time Thurman after coming off an impressive fourth-round stoppage over Joey Spencer? Tell me what you guys think. Keith Thurman, Tszyu, who wins after we just seen what they have done lately? Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.